Yeah, man, it's the 10th of October 2022, and I'm going to talk about a couple things. One, controlling your emotions and your public perception, and then also documenting a few things. We'll start with that. So, the torture is unbelievable all the time. Broadcast torture, that's gang stalkers, on mind control, piloting, controlling, uh, avatar hologram type of broadcast made of waves from a satellite broadcast to this neural monitoring system on human beings' neurological broadcast frequency through EMF. All right, and one thing they do is torture you a lot if you've come to this level of gang stalking. And just in the shower just now, as soon as I got in the shower, they had been all over my face all morning with broadcast. And control your emotions. It's very frustrating. It's very, very frustrating. So they've been all over my face, getting into my eyes, and I don't know exactly these people's names, who they are. I know what group they're a part of, the Viva La Crucial gang stalking terrorist organization, and the Howard Circle group, which consists of a couple of different families. Putting broadcasts all over me. Even as I was in the shower, my whole face feels sunburned and a few other places on my body from excessive broadcast torture. And even as I was in the shower, washing my face off, I could feel broadcast replenishing right around like my eyebrow areas and like leaking down over my eyes. And they love to put broadcast in my eyes in that way. And it always feels like something's dangling in my eyelashes. And, and up here, it's like it gets to feeling sunburned. And what they do is one of them will get on your forehead with a little broadcast person, a broadcast hologram in the representation of themselves, and sit there and just ooze broadcast waves over your eyes and have it all in your eyelashes and your eyebrows. And then you're like, and they want you to look like a crackhead. Plus, it's very annoying, makes it difficult to see. It makes it difficult, period. A lot of times I have to walk around with wet, paper towels or something like that in my pocket just to continually wipe my face because it gets, I can't function that way with broadcast all over my face like that and stuff in my eyes. And there's particle matter within it, and you can feel it on you. And if they get on your eye, because they could be this big, and when they get on your eyelashes and start dangling around right there, and you blink and you can feel it like flopping around. It literally, you can feel these broadcasts. And so, it's very frustrating, and I get angry. And I these days, if I get angry and let off, a bunch of profanity and anger, I'll remove the video and put it on private or something like that, because that's not what I really want to be out there. I'm not afraid to say people's names. Okay, it's caused me a lot of problems in the past. And I've been in courtrooms, but I'm not afraid to say people's names because I am telling the truth. And ultimately, there's liabilities there when action is taken against me for telling the truth about terrorism and physical torture and violent attacks. And so, for the future, that's all going to come back around, and it's inevitable. There's no way this could be like this secret thing for decades and decades. No way. No way. I'm surprised it still is at this point. As many people that have neural monitoring, and as many people like us that are going through torture and just the utmost invasion of privacy, just because your mind. You can't have a thought privately. When I think something and they're just like, and they start commenting on everything that I'm thinking and talking with this broadcast telepathy stuff. And it's that invasive. And you really start to feel like the best solution would be capital punishment. And it's like you really feel that way because you have no remorse about them getting what they deserve. And you know that they're dangerous to humanity. period. That's it. And if someone's that dangerous to humanity that capital punishment is appropriate, how is this being ignored? Ignored completely. All right, so, I did that yesterday, and I took the video back down, not because I'm afraid to say people's names. Their names are all over the place in my stuff for years and years, but because of the angry profanity and the outburst like that. And it's not how I want to, and people love it. People love it when I do that. When I get on one, people love it. And those are like some of the videos that get the most attention, but it's not how I want my public perception. I mean, next thing you know, they're putting this stuff out everywhere, talking about you're a crazy person who can't keep your temper in check or something like that. But it is that frustrating to have these idiots putting crap on your face and attacking your genitals and destroying your ligaments. I mean, literally to the point that you're limping around and your face is burned. And that's how bad it gets with broadcasting. You tell me why every man does not have, or do we? Can I physically defend myself in a violent way against somebody that's using broadcast to torture and harm me? What if somebody uses something else to attack and harm me? Like a stick. How about a vehicle, right? Go and if anybody were to go and try to attack the police with a stick, or how about a microwave beam gun? All right, how about try to run over them with your car? They'll shoot you dead and there'll be no repercussions for it. It'll be called self-defense and they will walk away and you'll be a dead person. All right, now you tell me why every person can't do the same thing when it comes to broadcast torture. Any other weapon, and it's a serious weapon. It's just they're using it as a weapon. And it's not a weapon, but they're using it as a weapon. And it becomes deadly, and it becomes the most invasive thing that's ever been as far as technological things with humanity. They know what you think, and they can see what you see, and they can see you, and they can physically attack you, and they can harm your body internally or externally. And every man and every living thing has a right to defend their life, no matter what laws exist. No matter who decides that if this is real or not. If you're going through this and people are using this technology against you as a weapon, then you know it's real. And the government, they don't want to touch it. They don't want to even get involved. So I filed FBI reports and stuff like that publicly on my channel, and I'm going to start doing that more. I'm going to start doing that type of thing more when I mention names. When I say names, it's going to be because I want a public thing on my channel where I'm mentioning a specific gang stalker, and I'm going to say their name and show how I'm reporting them to the FBI for exactly what they're doing, gang stalking and operating as a terrorist organization. And they're one of their big businesses is like mind control, EMF broadcast porn, where they get on mind control and put those videos out, and it's their underground thing. This Viva La Crucial, that's not just a gang stalking torture situation. They're doing a lot of illegal mind control porn videos and putting it out there for mind control people. Somebody mentioned mind control or broadcast advertising in my comments. And they were talking about how in China they got broadcast billboards. And I'm not sure exactly what they meant by that, but if you were a person that have access to neural monitoring and you could get on broadcast and put the mind control thing on your broadcast, could see broadcast, all right? And all you'd have to do is look around and you'd see it everywhere. You could watch my video and you probably got my gang stalkers putting all kind of banners and little links and FTP IP type addresses all over the place saying, hey, come, join up on my live stream. Yeah, EMF broadcast advertising is everywhere. It's everywhere. But that's something that most people don't know because nearly invisible. It's nearly invisible. I think it would be a big deal if we all started to study those type of things, like light spectrums and things like that. Like here's some questions. How can you see radio waves or microwaves or cellular waves? And cellular waves, that would be a good one, because let me explain a few things. Like with radio waves, you might think that's something that could be the same. But when you hear them over like other sounds, it's just dispersing off of those sounds. But, I don't know that you could record them by recording radio waves, if there's a way to even record radio waves. But when you hear them coming through your speakers, when you listen to the radio, it's dispersing on that sound, and it's not actually coming through that. But when you hear them coming through your cellular calls, when you hear them in the phone, and if you use a call record app, a lot of times you listen back and you can actually hear them in the recording, but it gets difficult to decipher because you can hear them right now and they like to pretend like they're in the recording, and it likes to disperse off of those real sounds, the broadcast telepathy. So any real sound, it could disperse off of that, and it sounds like they're in the recording when they're really not, and it's them now. But you have to put it into a program and really watch the waves and listen to it over and over. And then while you're thinking, you got to think different things to kind of throw them off, because they're on mind control receiving you. And it's a very advanced technique you have to try to pull off just to even decipher and understand for yourself what's actually in the recording. But I know for a fact 100% that cellular waves have enough similarities to broadcast telepathy that you can pick them up in recordings as interference into cellular signals. So I know that it's similar enough to become interference. All right. So how do you see cellular waves? I can't see your cellular conversation. Somebody calls your cell phone, or if you got music streaming on your iPhone or whatever, like I don't see that flying through the air. I can't hear that. You can't hear a signal unless you're on the right frequency to receive, okay, and turn that into actual sound waves, because signals and sound waves are two different things. So how do you see a cellular signal? What kind of camera can see a cellular signal? What kind of camera can see cellular waves or radio waves, microwaves? If there's a camera that can see those, then we can see broadcast. And we can see EMF, mind control broadcast, holograms. Can you see them with a thermal camera? Can you see them with a full spectrum camera? Is there some type of special equipment that can formulate those waves that it picks up into an image? How do you see broadcast? These are the questions that we should be asking. Okay, on top, that's number 2 behind the programming, the computer programming. How are they controlling my iPhone and putting a virtual machine clone of my phone on my phone? How are they able to control settings and different things on my phone from 700 miles away? These are the number 1 questions, because that's the paper trail. That's the evidence. If you learn how they're doing that and learn how to do that, then for 1, you'll be able to stop them. For 2, you'll be able to catch them. All right, and at that point, you become too much of a liability to not get your neural monitoring. So these are the questions. These are the type of questions that you should be asking and investigating those things to solve that. All right, and I know I could be doing that, trying to dig into that specifically, but I'm taking college classes and building up to the point to where when I dive into the right thing, I'm going to have a full understanding of it. And it's going to make me very hard. It's going to make it very hard for them to stop me. And at that point, they've already done so much stuff to me. I'm disgruntled. I'm a disgruntled target person, right? They want to give me neural monitoring. I want $100 million. All right? And these idiots still, every day, I can't even wash the stuff off my face. They just replenish broadcast bullshit on my face instantly to make sure that I don't have a moment of peace. So they're stealing my enjoyment of life. And they do it intentionally. And this is their mindset. And they want to do that intentionally. And they've stuck around for a decade to sit here all day, every day, and made it their personal vendetta to try to make me miserable. And all they do is fuel my drive and my ambition. That's what they do. And I'm not going to stop. I'm just getting started. And if anybody can pick up this situation and become motivation and a leader, I can do that. And that's not what, millions of other people that have neural monitoring, that's not what they want. But why are they standing aside watching idiots like this use it as gang stalkers for torture and malicious things to hurt people? Why? Why are they sitting back watching that happen? Am I that dangerous if I were to have neural monitoring? Am I like a prime human? I got my emotional broadcast is too powerful? Have gang stalkers walking into traffic? Why am I so dangerous? These people that buy other people's neural monitorings and use it for whatever purposes, whether they turn everybody off to it to protect them or whether they put 10 idiots from Howard Circle onto it to have them tortured and try to destroy their life, this conspiracy to murder. They're still human trafficking. They're still operating a slavery business. That's what they're operating. And they are guilty of human trafficking. And they are guilty of conspiracy to murder. And this is all just the real truth. This is the actual truth of how it's going down. While they're on mind control, loving it. I did a video a long time ago, probably 3 or 4, 5 years ago. I don't remember. But it was like this. Imagine a rocket scientist, okay? And then imagine you're just some idiot. And you can get on mind control, put this thing on your head and connect through neural monitoring, neurological broadcast frequencies, and you can connect to this rocket scientist and receive that into your mind. And even though you're just some idiot, as this rocket scientist understands these things and thinks through these things, you get that. You get that, and it's comprehensive. So it's mind-blowing because some idiot can't think on that level. They're not capable of it. But mind control makes them able to receive it in a comprehensive way. So it's a very elevating feeling, mind control. You know how Keanu Reeves was like, I know Kung Fu, right? Yeah, it's like that. It's like that being on mind control with somebody that's smarter than you. And that's a lot of targeted people are just real smart people that are very interesting with the amazing imagination. And then you got idiots that gained access to neural monitoring. Most of the time somebody gave it to them. Hey, you got to see this. You got to try this. This is neural monitoring, mind control. Like you got to get on this person's channel. Look how they think. See, I told you, see? And they're all mind blown. And you can't get rid of them because now you're their drug of choice. Because you're elevating to them. Because the way your mind works. So a lot of targeted people find themselves in that situation because of, one of the big things is because of the way your mind works and the processes, your thought processes. It could be other reasons. Maybe somebody wanted custody and to destroy you and get you out of the way of a child, custody of a child, so they need to destroy you and get you out of the way. Maybe somebody needed your money, or maybe there's a lot of different reasons, and people use it in so many malicious ways. And why are they able to just do that? Why are they able to? The bottom line, the real bottom line, the only real solution, every human being has to have control over their own neural monitoring. They have to have control and access and control to their own neurological broadcast frequency. And it's the only way you can protect yourself and make your own choices and be free to connect with or not whoever you want. And that's the bottom line solution. That's it. There's no other way. And 100 years from now, yeah, probably will be that, or the population will be enslaved by whoever controls the satellite broadcast system. One or the other, while these idiots are using it for torture and all kinds of things, pushing us in the direction of governments and powerful entities having control and monopoly on mind control. Mind control, broadcast technology. Yeah, there's a lot of data gathering and all this stuff going on, but bottom line, those are the bottom lines. So how do you really want it to happen? When are people that are not gang stalkers that do have it going to start standing up for the right direction, the right thing for humanity? I don't know. Maybe there's some reasons I don't understand because I don't have it. Maybe it's already a monopoly and whoever does something like that gets assassinated. I don't know. But these are the things that we have to think about. Meanwhile, learn a lot about light spectrums and different type of waves and photography, and computer programming is the number one thing. They're into your everything. They're into your everything. They're on your networks. They're on your phones. They're into everything. So that's it. I'm frustrated with the ongoing torture. A couple of days ago, they had my leg so injured I was starting to limp around, and I made a bunch of videos about it and started playlists and sharing stuff everywhere, and they had to back off because they're starting to cripple me, and that's what they do. They'll hurt me real bad in a certain place, and then as soon as I make enough fuss about it, they switch up, and then they're like, well, I got to do something. I'm going to do something to you all the time. Like, who got all the time to be on mind control? Like, this is what they do because they're mind blown. And it's like that in a lot of situations. But you have to start moving in a positive direction. You have to try to put yourself in a position to solve the type of problems you have. And sometimes it's not the tasks and mental things that you want to learn, or it's not the direction you want to go in life. Like, who wants to learn about computer programming, sit there for 3-4 years learning how to master something that you're not interested in if you're not? But you kind of have to be. You kind of have to be interested in certain things. And I think programming anyway is starting to become just as important as math and science and English and all that stuff. So, and it is a lot of math and science and English too. So it's important. It's very important, and it's the right direction. And all of these other things, I guess we got to become scientists and master hackers. But whatever it takes, that's what I'm going to do. And I think you all should too. And the sooner that 10,000 of us are doing that, the sooner this thing's going to start turning into a different direction. Because we're going to force everybody to have to start, seeing this for what's really going on and where it's really headed, and what, and my understanding of it is pretty advanced, especially for a targeted person. My understanding of this, and 99% of people don't even know about it. And 99% of the people that are targeted don't understand what's going on with it. So anyway, that's what's up. I got a lot to do, so I got to get ready and do my thing.